Welcome to the Novalé podcast. Sam, Andrew, and Marc, site managers. How you guys feeling?
Good.
Good? Yeah?
We're here.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. And on time, which is really great and really pretty much confirms what the Google reviews are saying, you know? It's been so long. I've always wanted to get you guys on. It's very rare to have you all here in one place because, you know, you guys are all busy all the time going out there, you know, delivering dreams to everyone. So really appreciate it. What's really funny is that all three of you had the same response when I asked you, like, can you jump on the pod? And you know what? You guys said, look, it's not something you would normally do, but
No, not normal.
No.
for the,
No.
for the good of Novalé, you did it. So do really.
I knew it was coming. Seeing these microphones set up in the office the last few months, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah, it was eyeing you pretty
Yeah.
much. And honestly, this podcast, you know, I know you guys are really busy. You're about to head into a meeting. I really just want to get people to know more about you guys, and you know, the future customers out there. They can look at this episode and just, you know, get to know you and see what you guys do. I know you guys generally like to let the work do the talking, and now you're going to have to do, a bit of talking about your work. So, first question is, I'll start it off with Andrew. You know, your background, you got a pretty interesting background. You have a very interesting skill of folding towels, which we have recorded on video.
Yeah, and the toilet rolls.
And
Yep.
toilet rolls.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give us a bit of a background of your bio and how you got into Novalé?
Yeah, it's kind of goes back. In my early 20s, I was a carpenter. I kind of got sick of the game in my early 20s, so I disappeared over to Europe for what happened to be about 7 years. I ended up working on the super yachts, like a lot of people do in my area. You're working for the rich and famous, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for, 4 months at a time. I did that, traveled the world, went to every ocean, every most beautiful destination you could think of. After 7 years, I finally met my partner, Kylie, and it was kind of time to settle down somewhat. Whilst I was overseas, I got quite involved with fine woodwork and carpentry. I was a carpenter on the boats. I didn't want to get back into carpentry, but I still wanted to work with timber. So I started making the odd piece of furniture, just in my dad's garage. I'd posted on Gumtree back then, and within a couple of hours, the table or the entertainment unit was sold for quite a large amount, and I kind of thought this is all right. So which happened, or shortly led into me having a furniture business for 6 years. Towards the end of that, I was making a lot of bathroom vanities. By making a lot of bathroom vanities, you start following a lot of bathroom renovators, and you start looking at bathroom inspo. That's where I came across Novalé. It happened to be advertising a job at towards the end of my furniture making days. And it was always a dream to get back into construction, but not full construction. Like I didn't want to be building houses from the ground up. So I guess renovations was kind of my calling. And that's, I guess where I, put my little CV into Novalé. It kind of leads us to where we are today. I've been here for almost 2 years.
2 years?
18 months, 2 years, yeah.
Wow.
So time flies.
Yeah.
And it's great. Working with a big company like Novalé, you get your weekends, you get your afternoons.
Yeah.
There might be the odd call out here or there, but very, very rare. When I had my furniture business, it was 7 days a week, 12-hour days. I wouldn't see my partner, I wouldn't see my daughter. So everything kind of came at the perfect timing.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, this is now where I am.
Did working for celebrities help you in your current line of work?
You get to learn, I guess, a lot about people skills. How to deal with certain clients.
Yeah. treat everyone like a celebrity, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hearing from these Google reviews.
You can do with some celebrities. You can deal with anyone.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're really lucky here at Novalé. We get great clients. Yeah, everyone's very welcoming. Yeah, even though we come in and turn the house into a clean building site for a few weeks, but there's a lot of trust in us coming in to, I guess essentially pull the house apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, a lot to unpack there, Andrew, but thank you. Only 18 months, so quick.
Yeah, it's flown by.
Sam, you've just celebrated your 12 months here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gone pretty quick too. Yeah. You've been here 18 months, far out.
And you're doing kitchens before for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, could you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I suppose, I started trading, doing as a kitchen installer, well, kitchen renovator, built kitchens and as a cabinet maker. Then got into just fully kitchen installations. So I did that for quite a few years, probably 20 odd, 30 odd years. Did that. Then I got into project managing and check measuring for a kitchen company where go in, you check measure the room, order the kitchens, make sure everything goes in well for that. Which was quite enjoyed doing because it was, again, renovations, hands-on a bit. And then from there went to store manager of one of their stores. I did that for a couple of years. Again, kitchens. Getting towards the end of those 2 years, and I thought, I need to change, want to go back on the tools a bit. And that's when, again, like Novalé were advertising and, send it in and, I'm here now as a site manager, which is I'm enjoying quite well.
Yeah.
Great company to work.
Everyone's enjoying you, Sam, so
I think the intriguing thing with Novalé is when I applied for the job, I didn't know what to expect. And after the first interview I had, I think it might have been with Christian and Brian, it was a 2-hour long interview. And it kind of got me intrigued. I was like, oh, that's a long interview. And then it got me back again for another hour, which made me even more intrigued. I said, they must be really looking for a certain person to get involved.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me want it more than I guess I should have.
Yeah.
It's.
Well, you're lucky you only had 2. I had 3. I had Steve and Adam. Then I had Steve and Marina. Then I had Christian and Brian. And I thought, oh, shit. They're really screening me out. I don't know what's happening here.
They really want to know about you. Now I got you on now. Now
you got me on. It's just like, nah.
Yeah, that's it. And lucky last, Mark, I think you have a very, very interesting story. You've been with Novalé since the beginning.
Yes. So in some way, shape or form, probably been here for about 20 years throughout different iterations. So when I was about 22, I used to work in banking, in retail banking.
Retail banking?
Yes.
Wow.
So at the age of 22, I was actually a branch supervisor for Suncorp Bank in the city. I never liked banking. It was just something that I fell into when I was a kid. And Steve was somebody that I known from high school. So I've known him for over 30 years. And even as kids, when we were in high school, him and his family were always tilers. And we'd stayed friends. And when I was about 22, I reached out to him and said, look, you're looking for somebody to maybe start to do some tiling work with you. Do you have any room in your business for me to come and work with you and learn the trade? So I did do that, and we stuck together, and we've always worked well together. And him and I did a lot of tiling together, which morphed into bathroom renovating over the last 20 odd years. So yes, I could have been a famous banker, but I chose the life of the rock star life of a tiler and bathroom.
Yeah, could have been on the yacht, and Andrew could have been.
Well, that's right.
Talking to Andrew, so
scrubbing his decks.
Yeah, but that's where it all started from. That's where it stuck. Him and I have always worked well together. We have similar ideals and values, and about the way we approach work and business. So it's always been a good fit.
Perfect. That's really interesting, Mark, because at 22, do you think that's kind of a bit bit later than normal for a pathway for a trade.
Yeah, typically. So most people start a pathway in trade work at either 16 or 18. But even though I did work in banking for that time, my very first job out of high school was in a trade. I actually started as a first-year electrician. I hated it. I did it for 1 year, and then my mum got me a job at the bank because, her son needs a job. He can't just stay home and do nothing.
Mm.
But I'd always enjoyed working with my hands. I always felt I had a lot more creativity doing physical work. And I had a friend who was a tiler, and I actually really enjoyed the creativity of tiling. And I did a bit with him, and and even to this day now, I still do some tiling. I still do get satisfaction from creating something. I also get that from bathroom renovating as well.
Yeah. Wow, I've got such a great repertoire from banking to tiling and
Sure.
site managing. I think it's great because all of you came from from a trade, and then now you're in a project management role.
Yes.
For the aspiring ones that want to get off the tools, do you guys have any advice or tips for the young ones out there?
You're always going to be on the tools, someone.
Yeah, that's true.
somehow.
As much as
Yeah.
we project manage the renovations, I still get out the nail gun and circular saw or the drill here and there. It's sometimes you can't just rely on a carpenter to come to site to do the odd job. I'm lucky that I'm a carpenter by trade, so I can jump in and do it where I can. But if you're a carpenter or a tradesman, you're probably going to like using your hands anyway.
Yeah.
So even being a project manager, touching the tools every now and again, it's a little bit refreshing. It kind of keeps you in check.
Yeah.
So.
That's great. You all touched upon, when you discovered Novalé and you noticed that something was different or something was intriguing. Could you let us know what that was or how that was different from your previous roles in different companies?
It's a bit hard for me because I've always been here.
You've always known it.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it was talking like I said, I had 3 interviews, sort of thing, but each time I spoke to each group, say to Christian and Brian or Steve and Marina, one thing that stood out for me was their values and their core with their clientele. It wasn't about, they're here to make money. Obviously, they're a business. They got to grow and make money out of it, but they wanted to do it, making sure that their clients were happy. At the end of the day, the job was done. The client was 100% happy with it all. There was no callbacks and stuff like that. That was the biggest thing that stood out for me when I was talking to them, with the same values that I had, that, at the end of the day, I'm here to do a job for you. And I do want to make sure that when I leave the job, that they are 100% happy with the job and they're not regretting, what have I done? Why did I go with this company? And their values were the same. It's, we're here to make money, but our customers come first. We want to make sure that they're happy with everything that we do for them. And that's what they've been. And now being here a whole year, it's been the same. That nothing has changed. It's not, let's get we're here to get big numbers in and stuff like that. It's, we're here to grow, but it's one step at a time, and, making sure that our clients are happy and we're growing with that.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing for me, was their core values, that, client is correct and we're not here just to make money.
That's
sort
it.
of thing.
The biggest thing I noticed the first day I stepped onto Novalé's site is the presentation. Everything's so clean. Everything's protected. Even where the storage is for the materials or the PC items, everything's, well positioned. The tradesmen want to be there. They will prioritize Novalé work over any other builders that they work for. They know that when they're scheduled in for the work's going to be ready for them. They're not going to be delayed. We appreciate them. They give us a perfect result. And then the scheduling is, we'll tell the clients we'll start on this day and we'll finish on this day. In the 18 months that I've been here, that's been it. We haven't started a day late and we haven't finished a day late. So it's quite satisfying to the clients that they know that, well, it surprises them that we are finished when we say we finish. So I mean that boosts their morale.
Yeah.
And,
No, it's a super big deal because like I'll go on the job sites because you guys graciously let me film you guys doing your work, and they definitely have told me the stories. Like in North Sydney with you, Andrew, there was a person was doing a kitchen with another company, and it took them
as a 5 or 6 month renovation,
5 or 6 months, and it's like I didn't
hear
know
a bit of that. I just don't know what people do for that period of time.
Yeah,
but I think when you hear all of those renovation blowout stories in terms of timelines, it's probably just more so to what you were saying about just organisation.
Well, it's the project
and
management,
scheduling.
Yeah,
I imagine they're not there every day for 6 months doing something. There's just chunks of time.
Yeah,
where they're just not there and not organised.
We're super lucky that behind the scenes, Christian's scheduling all the work, and then obviously the girls designing. By the time it gets to us, everything's laid out perfectly for us. We know when the schedule starts. We know when everyone's going to be on site. We know we're going to have deliveries from our suppliers on certain days. Saying about the renovation from a client with a 5-month kitchen renovation, at the start of the year, I was doing a bathroom renovation for some clients, and it was in 2 stages. We did an ensuite and then we did the main bathroom. The same time we started the ensuite, the next door neighbours did a demo for their bathroom for their house. So it was two bathrooms at the same time. And the builder said, 2 weeks, we'll have it done. And so they thought, oh, that's great. We'll use the gym bathroom facilities, for the renovation. We were there for about 5 weeks, bathroom after bathroom. By the time we'd finished the 2 stages, they were only just starting the waterproofing next door. And you could just tell the clients were starting to rip their hair, like pull their hair out. Turns out it was a friend of a friend's builder that was going to do the work, and nothing was laid out. Everything was wrong. And it kind of makes you laugh in a way. People might think they can save a bit of money in the renovation, but when it comes to the actual renovation and time away from not having a bathroom in your house, it can cause a bit of stress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I think the customers don't realize the value and all the work that gets put in the pre-construction. The designing, the conceptual layouts, the planning, even from the quote from Steve, there's all this detail already embedded in, and that makes your job a lot easier. And I think you guys can attest to that. It's all the preps that it's just almost like, Christian calls it, it's just like Lego. I don't know if you guys agree, but it's like painting by numbers. It's just putting things, following the scope of works and then following through.
Yeah, that is true. But, and you can see, we reap the benefits from that. Another thing too that helps us, and again, our timelines don't blow out, that Christian and Steve and all them, they make sure they never book in more than we can handle. They're not just getting in numbers, we need to get this in, Mate, the bucket's full. That's what we're going to do. It's going to have to be moved out or moved on. They don't put more on us than we can bear.
Yeah.
So, and hence the clients reap that benefit. So because if you put too much in there, then jobs are going to blow out because you haven't got time to go back to that job. Whereas, it's scheduled in. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm not glad for that. So we don't stress out. I'd have no hair.
Well, you never
I'm
know.
not a stressful person.
One bathroom can have a slight problem, and by getting delayed a day or two within the schedule can throw everything else out. So it is scheduled nicely. Yeah.
And the fact that they haven't overloaded us, it gives us time to maybe bring that back into the schedule. We've got the time.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
And like a lot of the, if things, unforeseens or any issues pop up, it's already been addressed, or, you guys are expecting that. So you guys already have a process.
Yeah.
Thanks to ISO quality, 9001, episode 16 with Brian. Sorry, I just got to plug that. But it's really glad that you guys are explaining this, because you're the ones with the boots on the ground. You're the ones talking to the clients, managing the project, actually delivering the product to the customer. So that's just fantastic. And I think Christian has mentioned this, Steve has mentioned this, but Buildertrend, the app that we use, it helps them a lot. And I'm guessing it helps you guys a lot. Do you guys have any feedback on Buildertrend and how you use it?
Look, it's pretty multi-layered in terms of there's a lot of applications for the back end of office. But in terms of our day-to-day life, very good for transparency and communication between ourselves and the client. We're posting photos and daily commentary on there of what we've done today, what we expect to do tomorrow, and so forth. We have access to all of the building scope and plans, and all the job information is sort of at our fingertips. So all the information from suppliers to the actual building plans to, sometimes there's some other commentary that we write in there just as notes to each other that can always be referenced. So yeah, quite a handy tool for us, quite a handy tool for the customer. A lot of customers choose to move out during the renovation, or they may be overseas during the renovation, and they can sort of see in relative real time their bathroom getting built with the photos and commentaries which get added every day. So they sort of see their bathroom come to life.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I've heard the same, and it's it doesn't feel that hard to pick up, right? Do you feel that customers pick it up quite quickly?
Look, I think so. I don't think there's that much that the customer really needs to do with it in the sense of, they get given a login. I probably can't talk too much to how that experience is, but I don't think they have to do a lot.
Yeah. I had an elderly couple a few months ago. They had no idea at the start, and I just showed them on their iPad in a couple of minutes what to look out for.
Yeah.
By the end of it, he was a pro. He was commenting on all the photos. He was messaging me. It's very easy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love the Buildertrend app for the fact that if a tradesman calls me and I'm on a different job, I can just go into my app. I can load documents, elevations, floor plans, 3D elevations.
Access to all of our schedules are in there.
Yeah, I can see, order forms, what we've ordered from suppliers. I can get codes, and I can go to another app to then work out specs. And so, it makes it super easy for us. We can be anywhere and manage a job
That's awesome.
just by looking at this app.
Or from the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think every time I go on the job sites, I always get the feedback of the site protection and how you guys keep the job sites clean, and how it's different from others. Could you just explain how, you guys protect the site and how you keep it clean, so clean?
Your turn, Sam.
Simple.
We lay any surface that we walk on, we lay floor protection, whether it be a fleece or a plastic on carpet.
Any walls?
Walls surrounding the bathroom will have a plastic core flute on the walls and the floor outside the bathroom. All the corners protected, door frames. When we leave a house or apartment, I notice mostly with carpet, when we remove the plastic from the floor, you leave with the place being even cleaner because the stickiness of the carpet pulls up all the dirt and the dust.
Oh, okay.
So they end up getting almost a new roll of carpet. So it actually sometimes makes us look bad because where we've cleaned, it's very clean. And then outside of those walkways, it's a bit dirtier. But yeah, I mean, we protect the house because obviously we don't want to damage their home. Damaging their home, it looks like you're not caring for it. Even though it could be an accident, but we just try and minimize any damage. So when we walk out of there, it's as we found it.
It's easier to protect than to repair at the end of the day for us. And they appreciate it in all honesty, because then they feel that we're treating their home like we would treat our home, because then that's how we all work. We treat it like it is our home, and if we were in our home, what would we do? And these are things that we will do, and it just helps it. And, they become at ease. And it's funny because people have said that I've started protecting. As soon as they see the protection down and everything, you know what? They go, oh, I'm now eased. I was stressed out because I didn't know what was happening, but now seeing what you have done, I can now relax. And I've had multiple clients say that to me, and that's just from laying the protection down. Haven't done anything. The fact that they've seen how much care we take of their home puts them at ease.
I had a client ask me back to clean the rest of the house just last week because we left the place so clean. So
I get that comment a bit. They're like, you can keep going down the rest of the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't tell my wife I do this.
I did this at home.
I was cleaning some louver windows in a house recently, and the clients were amazed how I cleaned the windows with some vinegar and water. And then I unfortunately told my partner when I got home how amazed they were, how clean the windows were. I get home on the Friday afternoon, there's a new tub of vinegar and some rags.
Oh,
I've had some clients say, look, you don't have to do it that well every day. But I've always told people that work with me or clients or whoever, if you can spend a good 5-10 minutes at the end of each day on the job to clean up, you'll only ever need 5 to 10 minutes to clean up every day. So
that's it.
Yeah, we're lucky.
if you stay on top of it, it just makes it.
We're lucky
so
with our
much
trades
easier.
as well. They'll send us photos after every time we've been there, and they'll send photos of what they've done, but they'll also send a photo of the hallway.
Yeah.
Just to say that they've left it
I've
clean.
left it respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice for us to know as well, that we don't feel like we have to race back the next day to vacuum the floors.
But it's also good when I like it, when you go back the next day, you're on a clean site. You're not, the first thing you have to do is clean. It's just like, it's good to get there. You can actually do some work without having to clean first for the first half hour.
Yeah.
It's that's a big thing.
That's great. It's honestly great to hear from you guys how clean you keep it. Because when I jump on, I'm so surprised. Like, whoa, this is like really squeaky clean. It's almost as if it's just brand new. But you're midway through. So glad to hear it from you. And I think it's really really interesting if you guys have worked with so many customers now and probably got a lot of feedback. Have you had any memorable feedback from a customer that that was a highlight of your day, or any interesting story, or
Oh,
too many to remember, eh?
Oh, it's
so many great people I've met over the years.
Yeah.
It's hard to single out one, but there was one elderly lady that I did a job for maybe about 10 years ago, and we'd finished the job and everything was fine. She gave me a call about 2 weeks later and she said, she goes, I think you better come round. She goes, I think my toilet roll holder is loose. So I came round, had a look at the toilet roll holder. I said, look, it seems fine to me. She's like, oh, okay. She goes, do you want a cup of coffee? I said, yeah, all right, have a cup of coffee. And then, so that was that. And then she called me about a week later and she's like, I think my towel rail is loose now. I said, right, yeah. So come have a look. And I said, no, Francis. I said, there's nothing wrong with this towel rail. She's like, She goes, you want a cup of coffee while you're here? I said, Francis, I said, are you just getting me around here to have a cup of coffee? She goes, I thought it'd be a little bit unusual if I asked.
Oh,
Look, whilst doing the job, I got along with her like a house on fire. I actually really like the older generation. I get along with them really well. And this job in particular was actually, 5 minutes from my house. So
oh,
I said, look, anytime you want me to come around and have a cup of coffee, I said,
just ask me for a coffee.
I'll come around and have a cup of coffee. It's no problem.
Oh, that's a great one. It's a great one. And then do you guys have any tips, for the future customers out there who are getting their jobs, their bathrooms and kitchens and laundries renovated? Do you have any tips for them, or like what should they expect?
I'd say just trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, after day one, demolition can sometimes open up a can of worms, or clients might get a bit anxious because there's now no bathroom and it's bare brick. But yeah, it's all part of the process, and there might be a couple of days where it looks a bit ugly, but within 2 weeks you'll start to have a tiled bathroom. So it's you see a lot of nervous customers, first time renovators. So
just as I said, trust the people and have faith in the people that you've employed. Because been doing it for a long time. And, So again, trust the process.
That's it. I think one thing that customers they can't wrap their heads around, or it's a bit confusing, is practical completion and an actual completion. Could you guys just quickly, only one of you need to do it, but explain what is practical completion at that point and what needs to be done, and what is the handover process like, essentially?
Well, I think practical completion is essentially just reaching a stage of works where it's a certain stage of functionality within the bathroom. So we should have pretty much all elements kind of completed, possibly with the exception of a shower screen. So use the toilet, use the vanity, use the bathtub. It's typically at that point that we're moving off site. We welcome the customers to start using the toilet and vanity and so forth. There's typically a fairly short lead time from that point to shower screen being installed. And then normally in terms of a handover process, we get the shower screen installed. We typically tell them maybe just start using the bathroom in full for about a week or so. We leave the customers with a practical completion card, which is basically just a little card that says, look, we're pretty happy with what we've done here. On the back of the card, there's just an area to write down, if you think something is a little bit amiss, drop down some things here. After that 1 week period after the shower screen has gone in or thereabouts, we make an appointment to come back and see people. Prior to that, we typically ask them, was there anything on that card that, we might need to come and address, and just let me know beforehand so I might come prepared. Usually it's nothing at all or something super small. And we go through, we see the client again, we do our double checks of everything. And usually from there on, it's thank you very much and goodbye.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah. Well said.
Yep.
All right, we're wrapping up now. You guys are almost off the hook, so lucky last question, or maybe last question. But I've asked Christian, I've asked Brian about funny stories. So Christian's funny story on site was that he split his pants and then he had to use duct tape to get on with the job. Brian's story is with bees. One time his job site had to shut down because of bees and had to move it. Are there any funny stories? Any pets? Any strange things that happened, or has it just been smooth sailing so far?
Oh, you got none?
I was most recent one was a house full of kids. There's 3 kids under 5. I think 5 is the oldest. Yeah, it was crazy. The first day we were there trying to lay protection. We've got all the floor protection down. I think I've gone outside to get some tape or a knife, and I've come back and the protection's gone. Where's it gone? The kids are out in the backyard running around, pretending it's toilet paper. I was like, oh, here we go. What would normally take an hour to set the site up probably took me 3 hours. And we were lucky it was just before school holidays. Because the dad was like, no, we'll do it during school because the kids might be a bit of a handful. And I'm glad we did it before school holidays, because every morning, for the first hour or so before school time, they would just, play with all the trade. It was quite fun. There was days where we'd have to chase them to the car because their mum was in the car and they had to go to school. And that's the most recent one. There's a few.
Nah, it's just straight as an arrow.
Yeah. I haven't got any here.
That's it.
Oh, I was at one of Sam's jobs at the start of the year helping him out. And he's just around the corner here. And I was there for a couple of days. Every day the clients would bring out a box of Tim Tams for Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Every day there'd be a fresh box of Tim Tams. And he must have had about 3 or 4 coffees made throughout the day for him.
Yeah, no, it's
a holiday.
No, she was no, every day. Honestly, the whole we were there. We did 2 bathrooms and a laundry. She didn't miss a day. There was 2 packs of Tim Tams there. I actually did
must have gained a few working there.
Oh, no, I didn't actually.
I think it's just after the Christmas break.
It was too. And recently did a service call out to her, and she rang me. She had an incident, and I said, "Okay, no worries, I'll come around." She goes, "Oh, and I've got the Tim Tams." So literally, she know what lies she had. She had opened up the box of Tim Tams as soon as I got there, and which gets me was the fact that she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't have salted caramel." I said, "Robin, it's fine. There's no such thing as a bad Tim Tam." It's just like,
Oh, that's great.
No, that's not a funny story. That's a good story.
No, it's funny.
That's a good story.
That's not funny.
It's funny. It was funny me watching you
eat
on holidays at work. Coffee's made for every couple of hours.
She would,
Tim Tams on a platter.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
All right.
And
I
I've
think
had a few good clients.
you guys are about to head off to a meeting now, so we better wrap it up. And honestly, thank you all for jumping on. I know this isn't your regular forte, and you know you're the strong silent types generally. So honestly, thank you for hopping on. I think this is really going to help everyone out there. And yeah, hope to have you again soon.
No worries. You're welcome.
All right.
All right.